You use money to buy two things. You use money to buy more money, or you use money to buy happiness. And once you realize that it's a tool, like a hammer, right? You use a hammer to nail a nail to build a house. Well, I was chasing money in the beginning, right? I think what was the dream? A millionaire by the time I'm 25. I even clearly defined what a millionaire was for me, which was a liquid asset, which is $1 million in cash. By the time I'm 25, I never got that goal. But then I was always chasing money. I always wanted to, I guess, chasing money and also chasing acceptance by my father. I don't know if you know the story. My father was an entrepreneur as well. He started his business when he was 26 and retired when he was 46, 20 years. And pretty badass entrepreneur. I didn't really know him as an entrepreneur, but then after he passed away, I went back and looked through his stuff and I was impressed. Like, man, the guy can, well, he wasn't the visionary. He was definitely the implementer. Okay, his partner was the visionary. And he was a phenomenal secondhand, a phenomenal implementer. But I wanted to do something to prove to him that, I guess I'm successful or whatever it is I was trying to prove. And I wanted to chase money. I thought money bought happiness. And it was a struggle. It was a struggle in the beginning. And it wasn't until I stopped chasing money, right? I started chasing happiness instead. After my father passed away, I think I was 2015, I was 31 actually. And nothing else mattered except for happiness. I just wanted to be happy. And this was 2015, and I rebuilt my company in 2015. I had sold it previously just to take care of my father for 2 years. And then 16, 17, it was our richest years. Like money just flowed. Like I was rich. And I remember I was cocky too. Like I was going around and I was telling people like, motherfucker, I'm rich, And the funny thing is, it came from not putting money on a pedestal. It came from realizing that money is just a resource, like time, like energy. We talked about Measure and Hack all the time. And that you use money to buy two things. You use money to buy more money, or you use money to buy happiness. And once you realize that it's a tool, like a hammer, right? You use a hammer to nail a nail to build a house, right? You live in the house and you're comfortable. It puts shelter over your head, take care of your family. That's what you're after. Nobody goes around and go, bro, check out my 20 hammers, man. I'm rich. Nobody does that, right? So why do we do that with money? Why do we do that? Go, oh, check out my bank account. Why do we in social media take out, stack of $100 bills? Like, man, I'm rich. Like, why do we do that? That's silly. It's just a tool, and the minute that the tool is no longer the main character, it makes it so much easier, right? Because all of a sudden you see it as a tool, and then all the questions that you have to ask is, how do I utilize this tool? How do I utilize this money? And how do I use it to buy happiness, to provide for my family, to provide for my loved one, to provide for myself? Or how do I use this to make more money? And once you take the power away from it, it follows you. And I always thought as a kid, if you asked me this, not even a kid, 10 years ago, right? Michael, what's your dream? And I'll probably be like, man, I wish there's a day where money is no object. And I always thought, when money is no object will come when I have a lot of it, when I have fuck you money, right? And in case you're wondering, I don't have fuck you money. Hopefully I will someday soon, right? I don't know about soon, but hopefully I will in this lifetime, to have fuck you money. But I have definitely achieved money is no object. And it didn't come from having a lot of money. It came from understanding that it's just a tool. Understanding that, it's just something that facilitate commerce and facilitate life. It's no different than a hammer. And once you take the power away, then it makes it easier. right? For you to chase happiness, in my case, the financial literacy, the education of entrepreneurship, because I believe entrepreneurs are the solutions to the world's problem, right? I'm passionate about entrepreneurship and I'm passionate about education. So I combine the two of them, right? My entire life. And I know it's going to take my entire life, to build Measure and Hack, to build Deep Sky, and to build other businesses like it, where we educate entrepreneurs on making the world a better place. And that becomes my passion. And I don't know, I hope you can hear it in my voice. That gets me excited, right? Yeah. And when that gets me excited, that keeps me waking up every single morning. That keeps me working hard. That helps me through the nights. And there are nights not that long ago, 3 months ago, I was telling you, when I really struggled, I was laying right there on my yoga mat on the floor. I turned off all the lights, and then tears rolled down my face. And I just started crying. I just started bawling. I was just like, fuck this shit. 11 fucking years. And you're going to have nights like that. You're going to have nights like, fuck, everything suck. My company suck. I suck, everything, like the whole world suck, right? But then what's your why? What's the thing that's driving you? And it ain't going to be about money, because at that point, money is going to suck too, right? But then if you look back, you're like, okay, let's say I burn it all down. Let's say I can do whatever the fuck it is I want. Would I still do this thing? And if the answer is yes, that's what gets you to go wake up the next day and you keep fighting. Right? But then if the answer was, hey, the answer was money, when I was laying there on the floor fucking crying and without money, you'd be like, well, fuck this, I'm gonna go get a job. And you go do something else, right? So I think a lot of us start with money as a motivator. But eventually, I don't know, some of us find something else that's the motivator, be it providing a better life for your loved one, your kids, your family, or in my case, happiness, right? Fun and joy. Whatever it is that drives you. I think if you have something else tethered to your why, it makes making the money that much easier. If you take away the power of money, then it's almost like the money follows you.